all the Muslim always asking how we want the Sharia Islamia, the Islamic Sharia. How can this be achieved?
You see, everyone can achieve it. No problem. I don't see a single country in the entire world which prevents Muslims from following Sharia. Even in the un-Islamic world. Here, are there not mosques? Can't you perform the 5 times prayers? Can't you be honest? Can't you abstain from telling lies? Which law compels you to be cruel to others or usurp other people's rights? Which law prevents you from going to Hajj or performing the giving zakat and keeping roza and I mean that song? Do you remember any law which does that? Which law tells the men to be cruel to their wives and beat them and be unkind to their children and be selfish and be ugly in every respect and become ungodly? Is there any law? Anywhere. Such far and wide, you scan the whole world, India, Japan, China, anywhere. Even in the communist societies there is no such law. But everyone is free to practice Islam. Or do they practice Islam or not? When they are free to do it. This is the issue. If they do not practice Islam when they are free to it, what right have they got to demand that impose Islam upon us? Legislate the Quran into your laws and force us to say prayers 5 times a day. Force us not to tell lies. Otherwise we will continue to tell lies. I mean, where is the logic in this? If a people are performing whatever Islam wants them to perform, the way Islam wants them to perform, everything, I mean, which relates to human life, and if they are godly, honest people doing whatever they can, and there are a few, 1 or 2 things which they cannot do. For instance, the laws pertaining, to certain punishments, for instance. All the Muslims can say is, we can't do that, in certain countries, and Islamic law is not full enforcement. But there are just 1 or 2 such things which they themselves do not like, in fact, to be imposed upon them. And there is a duality in the Muslims' character today, unfortunately. Is it the hue and cries only for the sake of cutting their hands? If this was the reason why they are demanding Sharia, so that the thieves' hands are cut, why don't they stop stealing? You see, stealing is everywhere. And the demand is, come and cut our hands. So there's something crooked about it. In fact, the Sharia is something which is universal. This must be remembered. And it is universally applicable. Otherwise, the claim of Islam that it is a universal religion will be a false claim. This is the beauty of the Quran. It is applicable, but there are certain things which the Quran relates to the certain governments. Unless the governments take decisions, you can't interfere directly. So there is not your fault. But a large number, an overwhelmingly large numbers of Islamic injunctions can be practiced everywhere in the world. And those which you cannot practice, in fact, if you are true Muslims, they are not needed. This is the point which the people forget. They say, how can we cut the hand of the thieves among us? Don't steal. Where is the need? Why is it a compulsion? Why are we not flogged? The simple thing is that it doesn't harm your Islam. Don't do those things for which you should be flogged. So Islam can be practiced in totality. This is what I'm trying to to bring to your notice, you know. Everywhere, anywhere in the world. What else of Sharia do they want? In the question of inheritance, in every country you can will as you like. Why don't you will according to the Quranic law? If you don't, it shows that you are a liar. On the one hand, you demand Islamic law. On the other hand, when you can practice it, you don't practice it. Right?